Kevin and Derek here with Kostoff Company at Nova Home Loans. Missing our buddy Kendall today with a little jury duty.
That's right. He's being a good citizen.
Doing his civic duty.
That's right.
So, coming to you today, new year, want to talk about building wealth. And for most folks, your home is a lot of times the biggest investment that you'll ever make.
Yeah. When we start a new year, we always start with, how did we do last year and what are the things we want to do this year? We always have a book. Right? So the one that we have been using is The Millionaire Next Door, which is a fantastic, super easy read even for a guy like me.
Love it. Alan Stanley, the author, is actually a marketing professor, and they were originally writing this book to try and figure out how to better market to the high wealth clients. But what has come out of it is the study shows that the person you may think is a millionaire might be, but they're likely not. And a lot of times the one that you don't think is likely may be.
That's exactly right. So a few of the things that we kind of pulled out of this was, one, buy a house, right? Largest investment of your lifetime, likely, right? Even if it's a first-time home, a $200,000 condo, you can leverage that to trade up to the townhouse, to the single-family home, to the ranch in Montana, right? But that gives you the ability to have basically fixed cost on your household.
Make there no question in your mind, we are talking to you millennials who are continuing to want to rent because you're worried about the housing market and you saw your parents go through some tough times in 2008. The interest rate on renting is still 100%. It is, and you are not gaining any equity. We're hearing all the time from that generation that they're very concerned about buying and having the house go down in value.
Right. And rents are increasing 8.8%
year over year
in 2022. So we're expecting at least that again this year, right? Number two, start saving now.
Yes.
Right? And investing now.
Even if it's just a small portion, if you're not involved in your 401k, please just at least put something towards it. Just a good rule of thumb is at 10% of your gross paycheck. You probably won't even miss it.
A, it's pre-tax.
That's why you won't miss it.
B, you start getting into compound interest, right? So they say if you do $100 a month consistently for 40 years, you'll have in excess of $650,000. That's assuming about a 6 or 7% compound interest rate on an annual basis. It's not out of hand, right? That's not saying you need to hit a home run every year, but that's, steady Eddie growth.
It is.
Pretty good money.
Next.
Be frugal with your clothes and accessories. Now this one really surprised me in the book, right? Because you see these who you think are millionaires or multimillionaires, and you look at their suits and you look at their shoes and you look at their watches, three things that are dead giveaways, by the way, and you think, man, that guy's got to be making a bunch of money.
But
it's not true.
The number one watch amongst multimillionaires that is still purchased today is a
Timex.
Yes.
$235, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Most millionaires and multimillionaires say the most they pay for a suit is $599, not $5,000, not $2,000, $599, right? And shoes, $140.
And they have them resold multiple times.
That's exactly right. They last forever.
So, then next, budget. This is an important one that we very rarely see by anybody. But if you're married, a couple should sit down at least annually and have a budget, figure out where you're going to make your expenses. Ideally, you should sit down monthly and talk about how your expenses were done every month.
That's right. Income is great, but knowing where the money's flowing out is super, super important.
Because if you don't tell your money where to go, it's going to tell you where it went.
That's exactly right. And you won't have the $100 a month to put in your 401k, right?
No. Pay cash.
Yeah, not credit.
No credit cards. Credit cards are the bane of all evil. Hate them.
Do you need them? Needs a strong word. Do you have them? Everybody has them. Use them properly. Spend what you can afford to pay 100% off every single month.
Right.
If that's $500, great. If it's $5,000, that's fine. Pay it off every month.
And a little secret, oddly enough, that a lot of folks don't know, debit cards have the same exact protections that a credit card has.
That's exactly right. Just comes out of your checking account. It's like having cash in your pocket. Interestingly enough, in the book, the top 2 credit cards by millionaires, Sears and JCPenney. Not Amex, not Citibank, not
the black card?
not the black
Oh,
card,
my
not the
God.
blue card, not the green card.
Card.
Interesting. Interesting.
And finally, last but not least,
Cars, right? Over 70%, or almost 70%, excuse me, of millionaires say they purchased used cars.
well, I mean, with depreciation, you drive a car off the lot, you lose almost 20% of the value immediately driving it off the lot
Right.
on a new car. But on a used car, somebody else paid for it.
That's exactly right. So get a year-old car, get a 2-year-old car, and pay cash if you can.
Pay cash and don't get it leased. It is just, it gets people into a whole lot of trouble, and you never own any part of that car.
That's right.
If you have any questions, give us a call. We're happy to talk about it. Millionaire Next Door, one of
Read
our
the book.
favorites. Kevin and Derek here with Kostoff and Company.